What is going on, guys? Ben here, bringing you another Clash Royale video, and I am excited for this one because we are getting some news balance changes coming into the game that will be live on May 3rd. So, yes, without further ado, I just first up want to say there are changes to the mortar, and if you guys want to read the full post as well, I'll leave it in the description if you want to read all the changes in great detail. I'll post the blurbs up on the screen, but hey, let's get right into it. So, coming May 3rd, we have mortar deployment time is increased to 5 seconds from 3 seconds. That's huge because before, like, the expo was the same way. It only had 3 seconds to lock onto something. Now it gives you a little bit more of a buffer time to put something, like lay something down, and the mortar would lock onto it. And then the damage is decreased by 10% from the mortar. So rip mortar. It's still probably going to be pretty decent. There's going to be probably some people trying to still run it, but that 5 seconds deploy time is going to definitely help out a lot. So I'm super excited for that. Mortar decks are simply just too difficult to deal with, and I hope this this little change will help. Well, it's actually kind of a big change. Like 2 seconds for it to lock on is a long time, and then its damage decrease, that helps a lot too. So I'm super excited about that, guys. Make sure you have a like for no more mortars. Well, there'll probably still be mortars, but it'll be a lot harder. Next up, we have the bomb tower. I know a lot of you in the lower arenas are struggling with the bomb tower sometimes. Say if you're using like the like spawner decks and whatnot, the bomb tower literally is so OP. Yeah, from what I've heard, around from like 1,000 trophies or whatever you can get it, like 1,000 trophies to like 2,500 trophies. So they reduced the lifetime of it from 40 seconds or from 60 seconds to 40 seconds, so it doesn't last as long. So that should help out a little bit if you're struggling with going against the bomb tower. The Elixir collector hit points are decreased by 20%. The reason why they did this is because it was like pretty much a lot of decks, no matter, as soon as the Elixir collector you can get unlocked, like a lot of decks run it. It's almost like a must-have in most decks. A lot of my decks I actually don't use the Elixir collector, but it's pretty much, it can be used as like a meat shield if you set it out in front of your crown towers, and they don't really like that, like it has that much versatility to be like a defensive building too. So they decrease the hit points, so hopefully it's like going to help out with, like, I don't know, being able to get to the towers and not really people using it as a meat shield as often, just to get that Elixir advantage. So a little bit of nerf to the Elixir collector, which does make sense because honestly, like, almost every person was using it. The cannons hit points are decreased by 11%. They said it basically just offers too much value for a 3 Elixir card. The Royal Giant, they want the on the top they said they want the Royal Giant to be great again. Honestly, I don't think it was ever great since it came out, but maybe in like a past life or whatever. But the Royal Giant's range is increased by 1. So that's a pretty big thing, like increased by like 1 tile pretty much. So it can stand further back, and they said with this increase it'll be like out of range of most defensive buildings. So that'll be easier for him to not get hit by like a cannon or something. Maybe even, I don't know if it's out of range of Inferno Tower. It might be. I'm pretty sure it's out of range of Bomb Tower though. And you might be able to even like place it over the river and actually destroy something now. So we'll see how that affects the Royal Giant. He needs something changed to him, and maybe this will make him a little bit more viable. Obviously, it'll make him a little bit more viable. He just has to stand farther back now. But who knows? We'll see. They probably don't want to give him too much buffs and make him OP, so they'll slowly increase him at a time to see where is a good fit for him. This one's not a really huge thing. The mirror. Common and rare cards mirrored are 1 level higher. That's to keep in line with like the tournament rules and whatnot. These ones are very like minuscule. The Valkyrie will be affected by the pushback by the fireball, because you know, like when you fireball like barbarians, they like fly around. Well, that didn't happen to the Valkyrie or the mini P.E.K.K.A. So now they will both be affected by like knockback effects. So that's interesting, because a lot of times a mini P.E.K.K.A. will be bearing down the lane and gets hit by a fireball and won't even move. But now it'll be knocked back. This one is just like, in general, a different thing. Like ranged values are like, I guess the range values that showed on cards were a little bit off from like the actual in-game range of what they had. So basically all they did was they said they fixed the bug where the handling attacks range wasn't consistent with the different sized units. And then due to this, range values will appear to be smaller than before on some units in the next update with like the values on them, but they're like, in reality they're still like the same. And the other thing is, like, if you guys may notice, like on the one of those level 13 King Tower, his range was like 1 less, but it just like fixed the values, and it's legitimately like it's like still the same range value. I'll read you exactly what it says. Also, the King Tower's range seen here appears to have been decreased, but it hasn't. And likewise with the Royal Giant, we're increasing his range by 1, but his info screen will still show a range of 6 in the next update, even though it has increased. So basically, they're fixing how their range is kind of looking on the cards. Most of all the cards will still feel the same, except for the Royal Giant, who'll have that longer range. But everything else, it may look different, but it'll be the same. Just got to keep that in mind. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the balance changes. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. What you're excited for? Oh, hit my mic there. Sorry. What you guys thought needed a nerf and maybe didn't. I'm pretty content with that. I'm surprised though the P.E.K.K.A. didn't get a nerf, like because a lot of people are using P.E.K.K.A.s, but who knows, we'll see. Like the P.E.K.K.A. for sure that was gonna get a nerf, and maybe, well actually the Dark Princes, the Prince and the Dark Prince already got a nerf, so I don't know, we were just seeing a lot of P.E.K.K.A.s. I'm surprised the P.E.K.K.A. and the Freeze didn't get nerfs, but other than that, I think everything else is good. Maybe let me know what you guys think. Make sure like you did. Let me know. I for sure want to hear your comments, so like what you guys thought needed a nerf. Maybe it's always curious to see, but hope to see you guys later, and don't forget to subscribe for more Clash Royale videos. Not really one over there night, and I'll see you guys later.